who's actually going to get the most out of this safe? Is it a good fit for someone who only has a single pistol, or does it make sense for a family that stores a whole hunting rack? And maybe the biggest question of all, does the price still feel fair when you compare what you get to the everyday buyer's budget? If you're on the fence, you're not alone. Most people I've talked to hesitate because a gun safe isn't just a box, it's a commitment to security, fire safety, and long-term reliability. You want to avoid buying something that looks solid on the spec sheet but ends up being a hassle to install, or worse, a safe that can't hold up when a fire actually breaks out. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the kind of situation where the STEELWATER Extreme Duty 45 really shines. Imagine you have a garage that doubles as a workshop and you keep a couple of rifles, a shotgun, and maybe a few handguns there. You also have a small dehumidifier already running to protect tools, and you're tired of juggling separate storage solutions for each piece of equipment. This safe arrives as a single, all-in-one package, a 120-minute fire rating, E.M.P-proof construction, built-in LED lighting, a built-in dehumidifier compartment, an interior power outlet, and a door organizer that lets you stash magazines or accessories right on the inside of the door. For a family that hunts together, or a serious shooter who wants to keep everything in one spot, that integration can save a lot of floor space and keep the gear organized without needing extra shelves or cabinets. Now, who should think about passing on this one? If you're a casual shooter who only keeps a single handgun at home, the 45-inch interior length is more space than you'll ever need. You'd be paying for extra room you'll never fill, and the added features like the dehumidifier and interior outlet might feel unnecessary. Likewise, if you live in a small apartment where you can't accommodate a 70-plus-inch tall safe, the curbside-only delivery could become a headache. You'd need a friend or a moving service to get it up the stairs, and that adds cost and logistics you might not want to deal with. In those cases, a more compact, wall-mounted safe could be a better match. What really sets this model apart from the typical, just a lockbox options is the lifetime fire and burglary warranty that STEELWATER throws in. That's not a marketing gimmick. It's a promise that the manufacturer will replace or repair the unit if it ever fails under the conditions they claim to protect against. For a family that's already invested in quality firearms, that warranty can be a safety net that actually pays off. The 120-minute fire rating means the safe is tested to stay functional for 2 hours in a fully engulfed fire. That's a solid benchmark for most home fires, giving you a realistic chance of retrieving your guns and documents before the heat destroys everything inside. The built-in dehumidifier is another practical benefit that's easy to overlook until you've stored a rifle for a season. Moisture is the silent enemy of metal, and many gun owners complain about rust forming inside otherwise airtight safes. The STEELWATER unit includes a small compartment that houses a desiccant cartridge, and the internal airflow is designed to circulate dry air around the stored weapons. In real life, that means less time cleaning and oiling after a humid winter, and more confidence that your rifles will fire when you need them. On the flip side, there are a few trade-offs you need to be aware of. The safe is heavy, easily over 300 pounds when empty, so moving it after the initial delivery is a serious undertaking. Even though the company offers curbside delivery, you'll need a clear path from the driveway to where you plan to set it up, and a set of ramps or a hand truck is practically mandatory. If you live in a suburb with narrow sidewalks or a driveway that ends in a steep slope, you might find the installation more taxing than expected. Also, the interior LED lighting is automatic, which is great when you open the door in a dark garage, but the batteries are sealed inside the unit. If they ever die, you'll need to open the safe using the key or biometric just to replace them, which can be a bit inconvenient if you rely on the lights for quick access. Another nuance is the interior outlet. It's a 120-volt receptacle that can power a small charger or a dehumidifier plug. The idea is clever, but in practice you have to be mindful of the safe's overall power draw. If you plug in multiple devices, you could exceed the safe's internal fuse capacity, causing a shutdown. Most owners will only need one small appliance, but it's something to keep in mind if you're planning a full gunroom setup inside the safe. Security-wise, the door uses a double bolting system with a thick steel plate that slides into place.